Who wants to learn Finnish? If you want, you're in the correct place. So today the topic is directions, and we are going through that with the multi-option mode. And the app you see is currently under development, so it will be probably launched during this year, 2026. Okay, now we are going through these eight compass points, and each question has a picture that you can click and zoom like this. The picture gives a hint about the correct answer. Then we have the question. You can toggle to see the English translation, and we have four different options. Similarly, you can toggle the translations and you have the incomplete answer here. So this is the format. Let's start. Mikä ilmansuunta on etelää vastapäätä? And this means which direction is opposite to south? The options are itä, east, etelä, south, pohjoinen, north, and länsi, west. Let's try pohjoinen. Pohjoinen on etelää vastapäätä. And after you click, you see the whole answer here. And then you can also toggle the complete answer in English. Okay, we have the explanation here. So let's go through it quickly. So, mikä is the question word which or what? Ilmansuunta, cardinal direction, or compass point. It comes from ilma, which means air. In genitive case, ilman plus suunta, direction, ilman suunta. On means is, it's a verb, third person singular of olla in infinitive, to be, so present tense. Etelää, partitive singular of etelä, meaning south. So this is the basic form, etelä, but here it has to be etelää because it's used with postposition vastapäätä. So Finnish uses much more postpositions than prepositions, which means you put the word after the noun and not before. And vastapäätä means opposite. And it requires the preceding noun to be in partitive. That's why it's etelää. Mikä ilmansuunta on etelää vastapäätä? And you can also change the order. You can say etelää vastapäätä on pohjoinen. Or just pohjoinen on etelää vastapäätä. Both of these are equally good. And the answer, pohjoinen on etelää vastapäätä, nothing new here. You already know everything except pohjoinen, north in its basic form. And some interesting stuff like etymology. The word pohjoinen is related to the word pohja, meaning bottom, like the lowest part of anything. Culture. So some cultural notes as well. The sense north comes from the old practice in Northern Europe of building houses facing south, because that's where the sun would shine from at noon. So the back end of the house, farthest from the entrance, pointed north. And this, some interesting facts I found out. I didn't know it myself as a Finn, but Yeah, I found it on Wikipedia, and I'm also including interesting cultural and historical stuff here in the explanations. Also, if you note anything incorrect, this is at the same time proofreading. So if any of you knows something better, I will definitely correct everything that is not correct here. Okay, mythology. North was regarded as bad direction, where Pohjolan maa, I guess this was in Kalevala, our national epic. So Pohjolan maa, the Northland, which was the source of diseases and problems. And the route to Tuonela, underworld, was also believed to pass through Pohjola. The extreme north, äärimmäinen pohjoinen, as it's the word that is referred to as extreme north in Kalevala. The äärimmäinen pohjoinen could be interpreted as the center of the world, and there you could find the world mountain, maailman vuori, the world pillar, maailman pylväs, and Kinahmo, aka Kurimuksen kurkku, throat of the whirlpool. Oh, this is a difficult word. Whirlpool, a gigantic sea vortex. So all these, I guess, are from Kalevala. We talked about Kalevala in elementary school and maybe later as well, but not that much. So all this that I'm talking about is not widely known for regular Finns, but I found this and it's really interesting because it's related to the topic, the compass points. Okay, the world pillar, maailmanpylväs, was nailed to the sky with the North Star, Pohjantähti, also known as the Northern Nail, Pohjan naula. The north wind was believed to bring diseases, witches' arrows, and nasty supernatural beings from Pohjola or Lappi, Lapland. So this way you can see the explanation box. It's not always present for every question. I try to make it available for each question, but sometimes it might be missing. And also, uh, yeah, I will correct any mistakes here, or also if the users want to have something more like conjugation charts of some verbs or declination tables of some nouns, I might also include that. Let's continue. The next one, you see a picture here, and now it's this compass point, northeast. Mikä ilmansuunta on pohjoisen ja idän välissä? And it means which direction is between north and east. And I think it's good to learn these structures like between something. Because the previous one was opposite of something. Okay, and the options are etelä, south, kaakko, southeast, koillinen, northeast, and pohjoinen, north. Oh, to be honest, these directions between the main ones they are also tricky for us natives. So wait a moment. I think this is Kaakko, this is Koillinen. Yeah. Okay, it was correct. Koillinen on pohjoisen ja idän välissä, meaning northeast is between north and east. And the explanation, you already know. Mikä, ilmansuunta on. Okay, now in this question, the words pohjoinen, meaning north, and east, itä, become pohjoisen and idän. In the genitive case, pohjoinen becomes pohjoisen and itä becomes idän. It's because välissä, meaning between, requires these nouns to be in the genitive case, not like with the first question, opposite to, where we had partitive. And the alternative answer could be pohjoisen ja idän välissä on pohjoisen ja idän välissä on koillinen. So either koillinen on pohjoisen ja idän välissä or pohjoisen ja idän välissä on koillinen. Both are good. And the answer, koillinen, northeast, in the basic form. Otherwise, we already had all these words in the question, so we can continue to the etymology. Koillinen, northeast, means something that has a koi, something that you see only faintly, meaning the sun in this case. Yeah, we speak about aamun koi. Aamun koi. That was the word familiar to me at least. But to be honest, I didn't know koi alone could be anything you see only faintly, because koi as a word you usually don't see it anywhere else than in the word aamun koi. Aamu, morning, aamun, the genitive of aamu, like aamun koi. So something you see faintly in the morning. Um, but here in Koillinen, it seems to be part of the word because because the day begins to dawn in that direction on the horizon in Finland. And again, just correct me if you know better. Um, I haven't made anything. I have used AI as a tool, as an aid, but I have actually read myself Wikipedia and other articles, and then use AI to rephrase the sentences. But the actual content I have manually gone through myself. And the history behind Koillinen. Old names for Koillinen are Koi, Kojo, and Koja. I had no idea about this, and I guess most of the native Finns don't know about these if they are not like super into literature or uh yeah, old Finnish mythology. Venus was known as Koin tähti because it was visible in the northeast before the sunrise in the morning. Koin tähti appears at least in one spell. A spell maybe in Kalevala. Where this spell was is not super clear to me, but maybe that's not relevant. Let's continue to the next one. We still have 6 left. Also, you can see here it says 6 left, and here you can see how many correct and incorrect you have. The next one, you can see the picture. It's east. Okay, so the question, mikä ilmansuunta on länttä vastapäätä? Which direction is opposite to west? Etelä, south. Pohjoinen, north. Länsi, west. Itä, east. And let's choose this one. Itä. Itä on länttä vastapäätä. East is opposite to west. Explanation. So you already know the three first ones. Mikä, which or what, ilmansuunta, cardinal direction, on, third person singular, present tense, a verb. Länttä. Okay, this one is a new one because the nominative case is länsi, but here, because we have the postposition vastapäätä, meaning opposite, it requires us to have länsi in partitive. So länsi becomes länttä. You cannot say mikä ilmansuunta on länsi vastapäätä. It would be totally incorrect. So you have to use correct cases. Mikä ilmansuunta on länttä vastapäätä? You can also say itä on länttä vastapäätä. Oh no, that was the one we had. Länttä vastapäätä on itä is the alternative. And the answer is itä on länttä vastapäätä. Or länttä vastapäätä on itä. And itä is in nominative case. Etymology of itä, east. It's from the Proto-Uralic itä, to appear. Like I think this is the root, or I'm not sure. Anyways, to appear, the stem or root, I guess. In Finnish, itä means to germinate, to sprout. Usually we speak about plants like kasvit itävät. The plants are sprouting, and this refers to the sun rising from the east, the connection between itä and itä. Mythology. West was believed to be the direction of the dead because the sun died in the east, so at the end of the day. So that's why east was the direction where the sun was born again. Let's continue to the next one. All right, southeast. Question. Mikä ilmansuunta on etelän ja idän välissä? Which direction is between south and east? The options are lounas, southwest, kaakko, southeast, etelä, south, itä, east. Each of these are in their basic forms. And from here we can see we should pick southeast, and it's kaakko. I myself remember kaakko always because it's Kaakkois-Aasia, southeastern Asia. Sometimes I really need to think a few seconds to think what's southeast, southwest, northwest, northeast. And on the right side, you have the ones with the K's, Kaakko and Koillinen. And this side, well, I will reveal it later. Anyways, the full answer, kaakko on etelän ja idän välissä. Southeast is between south and east. The explanation, you already know a lot. So as a reminder, now when we have a question where we use välissä, between, you have to change etelä, south, to be in the genitive case, etelän, and the same with itä. Itä becomes idän. Etelän ja idän. So kaakko on etelän ja idän välissä, or etelän ja idän välissä on kaakko. And the grammar of the answer, Kako is in nominative case, the basic form, and everything else you know already. So now you know how to say between something, and this applies to any noun. If you have välissa between something, both of the things between which something is, you put in in genitive. So etymology of kaakko from Proto-Finnish kakko or kaakko. Some of you who might watch hockey might know we have a player, Kaapo Kakko, who plays in the NHL. So his name is here, Kakko. So this is Proto-Finnish Kakko or Kaakko, which might be related to Kaakkuri, red-throated diver, which is a bird. I don't know much about birds, so this is something new to me. When migratory birds fly back in spring, the wind often blows from the south or southeast, which might then be the connection between the bird names and the cardinal direction. A similar case might be in Latin, where ornis is a bird and ornitias is the southeast, a spring wind. Very interesting indeed, if this is the case. Next one. Here we have the picture as a hint. Okay, we have again a question with the word opposite. So every second question is with opposite something, and every second one is like between something. Mikä ilmansuunta on pohjoista vastapäätä? Which direction is opposite to north? The options are pohjoinen, north, itä, east, etelä, south, länsi, west. And the incomplete answer is here, which gives context to what you should pick. And the answer is etelä. Etelä on pohjoista vastapäätä. South is opposite to north. Again, mikä ilmansuunta on pohjoista vastapäätä? You know already should know mikä ilmansuunta on. So let's focus on the last two. Just to repeat. So vastapäätä, like you know, is opposite, and it requires the noun to be in partitive. And north is pohjoinen, pohjoinen. And in partitive singular, it's pohjoista, pohjoista. The alternative answer is pohjoista vastapäätä on etelä. And like said, etelä on pohjoista vastapäätä. Etelä, south, is in its basic form, nominative case. Etymology of etelä. It's from Proto-Finnish etelä, south or southwest. The word can be a derivative of the root esi, front, plus la ending, because the dwellings tended to be built facing south, the direction where the sun shines from at noon in Northern Europe. And mythology, Lintukoto, a paradise-like place, was located in the extreme south, where the edge of the ground and the sky dome, Taiwankansi, met. It was supposed to be very hot in the far south. The sky dome was so close that everything beneath it shrank. Therefore, its inhabitants were dwarfs. In modern usage, Lintukoto usually refers to Finland or a safe place somewhere. You actually see quite often this word used in the news, referring Finland as Lintukoto, or a certain region of Finland, like a city a town or something that is in comparison with the surrounding place is a bit more like safer, a bit safer or better in some ways. Usually it has something to do with the safety and um yeah, but we could also refer to some other countries as well in comparison to like more dangerous places. And when you see lintukoto used, it's it tends to be, in my opinion, about like crime related things. They are like, oh, this place was lintukoto, but now these things have happened, and oh no, yeah. But let's continue. And the next one is this. Mikä ilmansuunta on etelän ja lännen välissä? Which direction is between south and west? Etelä, south. Luode. Or maybe I shouldn't actually tell you first what these are, and just after answering. So you could maybe think yourself, okay, luode, länsi, lounas. Okay, I think I revealed too much already, but you can think of for a moment which one is the correct one. Here you can see the incomplete answer. Something on etelän ja lännen välissä. All right, let's. Okay, I have to check. Yeah. Oh no, not that one. Lounas. Lounas on etelän ja lännen välissä. Southwest is between south and west. And explanation. Again, we have välissä between. So now we have to have the noun in the genitive case. So etelä becomes etelän, länsi, lännen. Unlike opposite, which required partitive. So it was etelä and länttä, but in genitive it's etelän ja lännen. Alternative answer is etelän ja lännen välissä on lounas. In the answer, lounas is in the nominative case, the basic form. Etymology of lounas from Proto-Finnic louna plus as ending, which is from Proto-Finno-Finno-Permic. Louna. I don't know how to, maybe louna. Day or midday. Lounus means both the cardinal direction as well as lunch, because lunch was eaten at midday. In older texts and dialects, lounas can mean either south, southwest, or southeast. For example, the poetic word for southern wind is lounatuuli. And actually in Estonian, south is louna. So they got a bit mixed up in Finnish and Estonian. In Finnish, it became southwest, and in Estonian, this same word evolved to mean south. The next one, so always when I click, it becomes larger, and when I click again, I can click anywhere and it shrinks. The question is, mikä ilmansuunta on itä vastapäätä? Which direction is opposite to east? Länsi, pohjoinen, itä, etelä. Now you can think which one is the correct one. Which one is west? Okay, let's go through. Länsi is west, so this is the correct answer. And pohjoinen, north, itä, east, etelä, south. You should, already know these. Länsi on itää vastapäätä. West is opposite to east. And the explanation with vastapäätä, opposite, you should know by now that it requires the noun in partitive case. So itä becomes itää. And you can also say itää vastapäätä on länsi. And länsi is in the nominative case. Etymology of länsi comes from Proto-Finnic länsi, the exact origin of länsi, and there might be a connection. Okay, I think I have made some typos here. It's not, it doesn't look correct. The exact origin of länsi, and there might be, yeah, that doesn't sound good, but okay, there might be a connection to the old word linsea, linsea, mild, gentle, and lansi, low country. Linsea, I don't know, I haven't heard this word, linsea, okay? The phrase päivälänttää has been used in some regions of Finland where päivä means a day and länttää as a verb can be interpreted as shrinking, referring to how it gets darker and there's less sunlight. Länttää, I personally wouldn't use this word. It sounds a bit old, so it's not something I'm familiar with. But comment where are you from in Finland if you use this word. Well, I might have heard like päivälänttää, not maybe päivälänttää, but something and länttää. Mythology. In the evening, the sun sets. Okay, there's a typo, I guess. The sun sets in the west and not set. In the evening, the sun sets in the west, which was believed to be its land and home. Again, oh my God, there are too many mistakes here. The west was the land of happiness, but also the direction of the dead alongside the north. The sun was thought to die in the west at the end of the day before being born again in the east in the morning. All right. We learn Finnish mythology as well about the compass points. I really have to now report myself this. Let's write content error. Explanation had typos. Okay, now I remember later. I don't need to write myself any paper notes because I reported the issue. Okay, let's continue to the last question. Here you can see again the correct compass point. The question is, mikä ilmansuunta on pohjoisen ja lännen välissä? Which direction is between north and west? Luode, länsi, lounas, pohjoinen. This one is luode, northwest, länsi, west, lounas, southwest, pohjoinen, north. So now you should actually know all the compass points. The full answer is luode on pohjoisen ja lännen välissä. Northwest is between north and west. And north pohjoinen becomes pohjoisen. Länsi becomes lännen because we have the word välissä, between. That's why these two are in genitive. You should by now remember välissä requires genitive and opposite, vastapäätä, partitive. Alternative answer is pohjoisen ja lännen välissä on luode. Okay, I have written here luoda. I have to correct this one as well. So it should be luode. And luode is in its nominative case, basic form. Etymology of luode. Luode comes from Proto-Finnic lode. I don't know how to say this E letter with two dots. Anyways, lode or something like that. The origin of the word is uncertain. It has been speculated to be based either on the verb luoda, to create, the stem luo, or a derivative of the verb luota, to descend. Alternatively, it can be a Germanic loan as well from the word meaning low tide, which was floth in Old Norse. The current word for low tide is still luode. However, laskuvesi is more commonly used. I didn't even remember luode can be also mean low tide. I personally use only laskuvesi. So that was all for this time. Now you should know all the compass points here. And let me know if you enjoyed seeing the explanations here and just leave a comment if you enjoyed and what you liked about this. Like I said before, the the app is supposed to have optimally like 10,000 questions and answers with explanations. But I was thinking that maybe anything between 5,000 and 10,000 is enough. You can also let me know what you think if you're interested to test the app yourself. Um, I probably will leave an email or a link to join the waiting list, meaning that you will also probably be able to test the application before it's published. So if you join the waiting list, that means that you're interested in being a future user, and it will be, of course, free of charge to test the app. But when it's published, I probably won't have any freemium because I will have these YouTube videos where I go through all the lessons. So it will be just premium, but I will make it really affordable for everyone. But anyways, if you're really interested being a premium user in the future when this app is published, just let me know. For all of you others, just subscribe to the channel and you will get everything for free. The content that we have on the app and explanations from a native speaker, meaning myself. All right. Let's so let's also write the report the issue here and then okay, what was it? Explanation had typos. Anyways, in the next video, I will go through the exact same topic, but in three different modes. I have four in total. Multi-option. Let me show you. The multi-option, fill in the blank, unscramble the phrases, listen and speak. I will also change the names of the modes probably to be shorter than they are now. But in the next ones, I'm not going to go through the explanations. I'm just going just quickly through everything and checking if they are correct. But I'm also going to share that with you. So the next one is fill in the blank, which is writing yourself the answer, then creating the answer from word blocks, and then the last one is where you speak, you record yourself um, telling the answer yourself. And now you saw that the learn button is disabled now, actually. It's because the learn button gives you always new content, and the review button gives you the ones you have learned. And it should be in the reverse order, like of their, each question has their next review time, which is based on how many times it has been answered correctly. So I have SRS implemented here. So it has some bugs. It's not showing yet in the correct order like I intended. So if anyways, but it will be fixed by the before the launch. But anyways, the SRS is implemented, and here you can review all the topics that have something reviewable. And here you can, from the review button, just review the questions from that exact topic. Anyways, that was all for this time. Next time we will go through the same topic, but in different modes. So see you then.